Hey, good evening. Good Saturday. And tonight, the drama does not stop. We typically don't cover the drama, but unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because I know a lot of people are holding. I hope that it works out, but the Saitama drama, it rhymes. It's like it was meant to be Saitama drama. But no, seriously, it's Saita Realty, I guess, what considered a failed launch. They blacklisted a bunch of wallets, and now they are just heard Ross earlier during AMAs, and he mentioned that they were going to reimburse those blacklisted wallets. They want to keep Saita Realty alive, according to Max, and they want to make sure they can get it to work. Are they going to get it to work? That's the question. Again, this isn't FUD. This is just facts. There are some leaders, right? There's some leaders out there too that sounded a little discouraged. Some Wolfpack leaders we heard earlier that sounded discouraged. A mention of needing some dubs, needing some wins under this belt. Is Saitama going to get these W's that they need? They need to get these W's because if they don't, it's not looking very good. The chart is reacting accordingly, and it's not responding in a very good way. Let me get to the comments here. King's broadcast, see you in a minute. Yes, this is live. That guy. If it ain't live, you're just sitting in your room watching me, and that's a little bit freaky, right? You're just watching me, but it's all good. Hey, Steve the Canadian, what's up? Oh, here we go. Look who it is. We got Kings in the house. Look at this. Oh man, is that $1,000 shirt?
Like 800.
Oh shit, close. So it's $1,000 shirt with taxes.
Yeah, with that. No, we don't got no clothes tax here in Minnesota.
Oh, nice. Where your beer at? It's in my belly, bro. I got a beer belly.
I got a pop.
Side of who? Side of drama.
Hey, I got some Saita Realty tokens. I'm trying to sell on the black market. The current value is like 92,000. I'll let them go for 50 cents on the dollar.
Yeah. This whole space, influencers, developers, holders would all benefit from real transparency and camaraderie. I agree, man. Like that's the thing. Like, and that's what Kings and all of us are trying to do. We're really trying to get positivity together. But look, I'll say this, man. There's only so much that we on the sidelines can say. Hey, man, hang in there, be positive. We want to see Saitama succeed because we don't. At the end of the day, we don't want communities to get damaged. We don't want communities to get hurt. But we look like idiots after a while, don't we, Kings? If we just continuously say, "Hey, hang in there," but then the developers themselves aren't delivering. I mean, at what point do we have to say, "Hey"? We got to hold them accountable too,
I'm about
right?
to make a splash. What are you talking about? Look
at making a splash. That's like a year old now, right?
This one was old. Had the Saitama emblem on it.
Nice. What's up, Eddie?
This is my boy right here, though. My boy, hip hop gamer.
There you go.
No stranger to danger, he said. What about this one?
Oh, Heroes token. That's what's up. I can get with that, man. I can get with that.
This is my Halloween one. Look at this side, though.
Trick or treat. Side of Halloween. Nice. He got his Saita EBT today. That one went over my head, man. What's EBT? Maybe I do need a beer. Let's go look at the Saitama chart, man. I've been watching it. It gained a 0. I don't think that's something that most people want to see, but unfortunately it did.
I was streaming till a little after 4 a.m. With some good people last night. I think it gained and lost to 0 like 8 or 9 times while we were on the show.
Did it? And see, that's the thing. So that's just the markets reacting, responding, and people like pissed off, man. And like I've talked to quite a few different people, and this is the sentiment, right? The sentiment is a lot of people are holding bags that they're down. So it's like they have no choice. And look, it just gained a zero right now as we're talking. It's back and forth. But let me share the screen real quick.
And
But
look,
like I was saying, Kings, what do you think about this, man? Do you think there's just so many people that are potentially just they're holding bags at this point and hoping for the best?
well, like I stated, a lot of people unfortunately are down on their bags. You got to think a lot of people bought on that giant green candle we see there back in November, October, even, slightly October, November. Uh, so, I mean, it's kind of puts an investor in a tough position. When a big percentage of the holders are down anywhere from 50 to 90% on their bag, uh, it's definitely a tough. They got it's a tough decision to make because do you sell and take the loss, or do you hold off and hope that uh, that this team starts to deliver? And uh, I honestly, I got out of Saitama Friday, the November the 12th, and then I did buy back in a small portion like a month ago when there was a dip. Uh, it's tough to say, man, but like because it's just been, unfortunately, I don't fund projects or businesses. I don't. That's just not me. But it's getting tougher because once again, it's just been let down after let down. You know, um, and in all honesty, if this was the business world, like the real business world, the corporate world, um, this probably wouldn't be a business anymore.
Yeah. No, I agree. And so like I remember in 2017, I was invested in this token called ICN, and I really believed in it. I thought it was a really cool project, economy. And it was like it was an index type crypto project, and it had a good concept. Obviously during a bull market, everything does fucking good, right? But eventually I was losing out so much. They weren't really delivering like they were supposed to. So I took a loss. I think I took like a $10,000 loss, but I put it all into B&B. I put it into a project that I actually believed in and that delivered. And I tell you what, although I didn't make as much as I should have, I did make up those losses and a shit ton more. So the moral of the story is do your own research, and if you find a project that is just not delivering, sometimes, and this is not financial advice, guys, sometimes you have to reallocate your investment and put it into something else, and you can turn it around. But be careful because the opposite is true as well. You could easily go deeper down. And for some reason, it's like we all know this, right? And I'm sure it's happened to you, Kings. You fucking sell for a loss, and as soon as you move it, that fucking project booms.
I'll be honest with you. When I first got into DeFi years ago, that was one of my biggest issues as an early investor. I would buy into projects, and I would hold and I would hold, I would hold, and they would never go to where everybody said they were going to go. And it seemed like every time I decided to change my position and sell out, it seems like that next day or the next week, that thing would go to where I'd been hoping it would go to the whole time. And that's kind of like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like when I found Saitama very early on, under 700 holders, I finally saw an opportunity where I could get in very early at a very good price. And I told myself, this is my time. This is when I'm changing up my investment strategy. I'm going to hold, and I'm going to hold on for dear life. I had a certain number in my head, uh, and I met that number and a little bit beyond that number. Uh, and that kind of put me into my next phase of investing where uh, I carry a large portion of my investment in blue chips, like like your Ethereums, your Cardanos, Solanas, and stuff like that. And then I have my medium risk investments, and then I do have a small portion which we would consider like our high risk uh, investments. But in all honesty, those high risk investments are sometimes the ones that pay off. I'll be honest with you. Like Saitama was a very high risk investment when I first got into it, but it was one of those projects that we rarely see that that built a community that took it to uncharted territories that only few projects have seen in this space.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Saitama was really, they blew up real big, they blew up real quick, and there's a lot of hope there because they hadn't like done anything yet to decredit their word, like their roadmap, their vision, and now it seems like all of a sudden there's been like this broken record that's been going on, and a lot of people getting affected and hurt, investments getting damaged, and like so, and we don't like to see that. So like at the end of the day, man, we just need Saitama just needs to deliver and come out with some smooth projects. They need to make this shit work. You've got people like Lucky Roo that's supposed to exclusively launch and premiere, and they're relying on Saita. And if Saita Realty had a failed launch, technically, right? How can these other projects that have put so much time and effort behind their project, relying on Saita, are now what? Does that explain what happened to Lily Finance essentially in a nutshell, Kings?
I mean, Lily is a business, just like Saitama is a business. Uh, I think what kind of happened with that partnership uh, is that it came to a point where Lily was ready to roll out their launch, roll out their utility, uh, and what it came down to is the partner, obviously being Saitama in this position, uh, was supposed to be their platform, and they just were not ready. And unfortunately, in business, you can't necessarily always wait. And like I've been telling people, like for the last like I don't know, I would say 2 to 3 months, and I think was when it really started. I think of what people are realizing that there's a very great opportunity for individuals launching projects right now and going into kind of the rest of this year. Just a great time for the market in general. Unfortunately, we did see uh, something. Well, there was an unforeseen circumstance when it came to Russia and Ukraine current event, but I think we're starting to see that kind of not be as big as an effect anymore. Especially the last couple of days, we've seen Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of making their moves, which is necessary. We need the big boys to pump, so there is some profits to be taken that trickle down into the altcoins.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. And hey, for everybody that's viewing, we've got about 50-50 split here. We're streaming on multiple platforms right now. We're streaming on Wealthyverse Studios on YouTube. We're streaming on Legal Aliens YouTube channel as well. So some of you, half of you, if you're like, where the fuck is Alien and who the hell are these guys? Well, that's probably why. So if you want to come to the other channel, the main channel right now, type in Wealthyverse Studios and you'll see our live stream on there as well. But either way, it doesn't matter. So that way we can combine the chats. It's up to y'all. I know that guy and Legal's got a strong community over there, and I see like half the people don't see what the heck I'm highlighting over here, so it's funny. But
No,
yeah,
no.
being both. But I agree with you, Kings. It's at the end of the day, Lily Finance is a business, and you've got to make business decisions that make more sense for what you're trying to do. You can't put your business on hold all the time for somebody else, and that was the tough thing, and that's what I understood with Lily Finance, why they made their move. But then that shit ended up a little bit weird. So it's just kind of weird. It seems like everything that and I'm not fighting everybody. Like this is just what I'm seeing right from the sidelines. It seems like everything that Saitama touches, there's some excuse. I hear excuses all the time. Am I right or am I wrong? I hear excuses, a
I
lot
mean,
of excuses.
no, you're 100% right. I'm not going to say that, necessarily Saitama's to blame, but it's just going to be what people see is
Yeah.
that what has been touched by Saitama. There has been some hiccups and some bumps in the roads that you don't maybe typically see in other projects. I mean, I will say this: there's over 20 people in here. If you haven't, man, smash that like button for Wealthyverse. Shane and Bert doing great things over here. as well. Subscribe if you haven't, and go share this out on all social media platforms. Let everybody know we're in here. I did. I just put a tweet out. So if you haven't, definitely go and let everybody know that we are live and we're rolling. But like, regardless of what the title says, regardless of whatever's going on in the DeFi space, I mean, me and Shane kind of have the same thoughts. We're always going to remain positive. We're always going to be, honest, because that's what our platforms are for. You're not going to always hear what you want to hear, but the one thing you can always guarantee is that you're going to hear honesty come from us.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. We want to cover everything that has to do with the crypto culture, and right now this is a big headline. And like you said, just the title, right? The title sounds dramatic, but that's what you go on Twitter, you see it, and this isn't us trying to be dramatic or anything. We're covering what's hot right now, good or bad, and this is hot. This is a hot topic right now, so we're covering it. This is, they had AMA spaces today with Russ, and got to hear Max talk, and there were some solid questions that were up there. Kings, I don't know, do you remember, like, old guy David came up with a question? Do you have any insight on that or any thoughts on that question he asked? I can't really paraphrase it. I can't remember it
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna answer a few things. Crypto Realist said, "What part of Minnesota?" I'm from the cities, from the west side of St. Paul. And then I see somebody also said that, Tony, your title isn't positive. I wouldn't necessarily. It's not positive. It's just it's the truth. I mean, Saita Realty, I bought in. I have a wallet right now, full transparency, uh, that says I have a certain amount of money, but I can't withdraw it. I can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And and this is me being full honest and transparent myself. If this would have been any other project or anybody else launching this would have been called a scam, a rug pull, a million different things. Uh, Obviously, we know that there's a transparent, team behind this, and unfortunately, there was some. I don't even want to know if at this time I want to call them unforeseen circumstances. Uh, I think there's just been so much pressure on this team that they, you know, I honestly think they're trying to maybe push things out too quickly or too fast. And that's not never good, obviously, in the tech world or in this space. A lot of times you only get one shot in this space, one chance. And you always got to try to make it count and make sure you're prepared as much as you can for it. I mean, there was several different things that were said in that Twitter space that kind of caught me off guard. One of them was definitely Russ kept mentioning that they just don't have money, and they obviously don't have marketing wall, and that's out of their control. But what they're trying to build tech wise costs a lot of money. So if you don't have the financial backing or the liquid to build a platform like this, then why even attempt to do that right now? Because obviously there's issues with it. And there was a great point that was brought up by Mr. David, Mr. Old Man David. Shout out to him. He does have a great YouTube channel too, and he's always keeping it real and honest. Is about the contract and how that the max, I think it was the max buy or max holding was set at a certain amount, and then some hours later it was changed after there were several individuals that had bought into the project. I mean, the only people that have control of that contract, from what I know, are Saitama developers, and probably more than anybody, Max. So, I mean, there's a lot of questions I think that should have been asked in that AMA that weren't asked, and that's something else that has become typical in those spaces, is that obviously they control who comes up and who doesn't. But I think there could have been some, I have several questions, as an investor and a holder now of a lot of Saita Realty. Uh, I I guess I typically stay out of out of the majority of the drama. But now that I'm like heavily invested in, I think that I deserve some answers. And um, it did seem like we couldn't get too much this tonight. Like when it came to what their plan was. Basically, they had mentioned a few things that are possibilities, but they also said that they were going to explore whatever things they can. It's like, and here's my way of looking at it from my side. uh, is obviously somebody sold a bunch and drained the liquidity. Um, at this point, you have thousands of people that are sitting inside this project that are holding a lot of money that can't move it. My only fear is that if they do start loading liquidity up, there's going to keep continuously running into the same issue, and that it's going to keep getting drained. So I have no idea. I guess I wouldn't want to be stuck in this position of kindly what you know what the real the right answer is or the right path is, because I guess I just don't know because I'm not on the development team and necessarily know everything that is going on in the background.
That's what's tough right now, right, Kings, is that we're why not me, because I'm not in it, right? But people who are in it sucks for them. They have to continuously wait. They have to wait for the next one, wait for the next one, wait for the is this going to be the next one? We got to wait for more answers. We've got so many questions. When is it going to actually just be like, hey, this is an AMA because we're celebrating? This is an AMA because hey, we've been kicking ass for so long that we owe you guys an AMA or spaces to like celebrate because hey, we got more partnerships coming. We've had your minor bugs that we're dealing with that y'all probably don't even recognize because everything's going so smooth and everything's going good right now. And we've got extra developments or whatnot. When is that time going to come? That's my question, right? And like you said, though, it takes time. What they're trying to do here is they're trying to build something huge. But with that said, then maybe, you know, the marketing strategy too aggressive, over promising, under delivering. You can look at this too as a developer, anybody who plans to create their own project. You could take this as a learning tool. Definitely take this as a learning tool. And there's a lot to learn from the Saitama project itself on the things they've done right and the things that they've done wrong. You can do that for any project, but I think Saitama just has so much heat right now, largely due to the fact that they have such a strong community that tends to get drawn in with a lot of drama. And I think y'all know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag something animal, right? So that could also be something that's causing a lot of drama in the spaces because there's a lot of bumping heads when there shouldn't be.
Yeah, I guess you know it's all around tough situation for Saitama holders, Wolfpack members. But that was kind of brought up by I'm not going to say his name because I'm not going to give him no recognition on this channel. But he did bring up the question of that, when is Saitama going to get some W's? They need some wins because they've been getting loss after loss after loss. And according to Russ, those wins are going to start coming in. That's what he foresees. He had also mentioned something about the exchanges and that's what they were doing last week. But in all honesty, the big sexes cost a lot of money. So if money's already an issue, how are you going to afford to be on some of these larger exchanges?
Yeah, I agree. Hey,
So
real quick, let's give a shout out. I know we got a lot to cover here, but Team Goat, Kings and Shane, much love. We see you there, Team Goat. Appreciate it, man. Legal Alien is at his grandma's birthday, or he'd be up here with us. Man, y'all already know he's one of the brothers. Obviously, we're streaming on his channel as well right now. So enjoy your grandma's birthday, man. When you get back, we'll definitely hit it. We got Baffles in the house. And you already know that guy. That guy's always around. That dude don't sleep.
happy birthday, Grandma.
Yeah. And DF Dread, man, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. That's one of our mods. He's
Dread,
also Team Goat.
Dread is a good individual. It's a good
Oh
man
yeah,
right there.
most definitely. And look at this guy. This guy's been MIA for a while, man. He's been fucking busy. This guy works like 20 jobs and shit, man.
Mr.
how, you,
Lady.
how you doing, Michael? Good to see you, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, like yeah, that the certain individual, like you could hear the defeat in him, and he knows, like, and that's what I was saying. Like when you've got to start doing name calling, like last night was crazy, man. But when you are so frustrated as a person, as an individual, that you emotionally get so aggressive now and that you're lashing back at people, attacking people verbally with verbal threats, technically terroristic threat, when you're telling somebody you're going to kill them and you're talking so much smack to all these other people and talking about you're going to take down all these influencers and come out with your own YouTube channel. By the way, I encourage you to do so, and I wish you luck. And it is definitely a tough job, but you have a big following, so I'm sure, I have no doubt you would be successful. I am not hating when it comes to that, but I will tell you this: you won't single handedly take down all the influencers. That's impossible. But with that said, man, like when you start name calling people and you start telling people you're going to kill them and do all these different things, I feel like you've lost. Like you're either you've reached the end, you're so frustrated, and you know that the writing's on the wall, and you are starting to, like, based off of what I heard today in the AMA from him, was that, like, yeah, man, he sounded defeated, man. And who wouldn't? I would. Like, if I was a big face and representative of a project, at some point, man, you've got to be like, hey, I've been putting my neck on the line for y'all, for the developers and for the project. And now I'm starting to look like the fucking idiot because you guys can't do what you say you're going to do. And I keep backing y'all up. So I don't blame the guy when it comes to that. I'm being neutral here again. I'm being completely objective, right? So those are just my thoughts, man.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I had some meetings over the last couple of days with some very influential people in the space. Uh, some are content creators, some are just ordinary investors that have larger followings, some are developers. Uh, I mean, I'm in and out of meetings all day, as you know, but I I told the biggest consensus I have right now, and I was touching on this with these in these meetings, is that I think what we need to do is we need to all take a step back and realize and get back to why we are all here in the first place. Number one, we're all here as investors. And as investors, that means we're here to make money. And I tell people this all the time. That's the number one reason that I'm here. And for the majority, most people in this space are here, is because they're here to invest and make money. I tell people all the time now, the community side of things and the friendships and the relationships that you develop because of those investments are all a bonus. But we can't let it get in the way of the true reason why we were all here in the first place, and that was to invest and make money. And I think that's kind of seeing what have been seeing in this space as of lately, is that people are less interested and worried about making money and more worried about fighting, arguing, drama, taking sides. It's insane. It's insanity. Uh, you know, what I've also realized is that people attack only certain individuals in this space. I was very early into Saitama. I sold I took profits along the way, and then I sold the majority of my bag uh, right before Saitama. I'm not gonna lie, right at all time high. And then I waited for a nice dip, and I bought back in. That's just me being honest as an investor. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to let my emotions, my feelings, or those of anybody else's or a community control how I invest. I definitely see that we lost the main man, but I can always keep going. Tailman, he said, I'm here to troll. McGuire, what's up? Darth
Give me
Maul
a
is real
second.
shit, bro. It's like
Sonic
crypto cults.
Sonics did not deliver my kids their shakes, and my daughter's pissed off. So let me take care of this atomic bomb real fast.
No, I got it. Um, Baffle, speak the truth, King. Exactly what we talked about last night. 100%. Uh, we just all need to get back to square one, and that is why we're here and what our mission is. Why, while being in this space, uh, and everybody I had a meeting with or I had a conversation with over the last few days completely agreed with me. Uh, but to each their own, though, and everybody has certain platforms and certain ways that they can contribute to, help people get back on the right path, or get off the wrong path. Me as a content creator, I have a platform, not just on YouTube but other social medias, as well as in general conversations. I speak to a lot of people that are in this space, personally on the phone or through messaging, outside of my platforms, as well as I've been hitting on. We need the developers also to step up and step out and let individuals know inside their community that uh, that's just not what they are. That's not what they represent. Uh, but we still haven't really truly seen any of these developers come on and say that. And I think it's much needed, because these developers of these businesses or projects, whatever you prefer to call them, are truly the leaders of their communities. Um,
Yeah.
some people will agree with me, some people they won't, but uh, I'm here to invest and make money at the end of the day. And like I was just saying, Shay, I don't know if you heard me, that the relationships, the friendships, the communities I get involved in, and I gain, are in reality a bonus to that.
Yeah, and I caught a little bit here and there, but I did want to say this as well. Like, when we talk about Saitama and their community, I don't want people to think that we're wishing harm on anybody, because we're not. And when I talk about the wolf pack, I know there are good people in the wolf pack, because a lot of investors and people that believe in the project are part of the wolf pack, and we wish those people success. But there are some very toxic people as well in that wolf pack, and I'm not going to generalize an entire community. I'm not going to generalize a group of people or individuals due to some bad apples, but I want those people to know that are part of the leadership for these groups, that if you are the bad apple, you owe it to the people in the community to be positive and do right and find a solution to bring people together and unite people, and not cause a toxic environment and start creating animosity within the crypto space. The crypto space is big enough for everybody to get along and to work together and help each other find a way to make money and take care of your families, right? What I'm not liking is what I saw last night, what I saw today. And like Kings is saying, those of us who have taken the opportunity to use this as a positive experience are building really strong, healthy relationships. We're building strong networks. We are coming together and doing something positive and using our energy to actually, we really want to see change in a good way, right? I know we got some influencer stuff to cover the drama and getting into the drama. It's kind of entertaining, but here at Wealthyverse Studios, we want to be well balanced. We want to cover things, but we don't want to be the reason why there's drama, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, we truly want to be ambassadors. Now we'll cover the drama because at the end of the day we have to, and it's fucking funny sometimes. But it's unavoidable. But look, hey, look who showed up. We got one of the boys in the house. Alpha Male, what's up, brother?
How doing? What's good, brothers? What's good? How's everybody out there in the chat? How's everything going?
Doing well, just having a great conversation. You know what, Shane? I think we should let it be known that it's not just Saitama. There's many communities out there that have bad apples. And here's the thing. When I say community, I'm not speaking just of one project. I'm talking about the whole DeFi community in general, because at the end of the day, it's like, it gives like the old saying, I mean, there's only one race, and that's the human race. Just like there's one DeFi. You know, there's not multiple DeFis. There's multiple DeFi projects. Yes, but in reality, there's only one decentralized platform.
Yep.
That's
And
true.
here's where the issue comes in for me personally is that when there's bigger names or bigger faces in communities that feed into the negativity or are part of the creation of the negativity, that's where it becomes an issue with me, is because it's just like the old saying, you know, with men in power, you know, abusing their power in corporate America and, you know, stuff for a lot of years. Or, you know, I'm just saying that because I'm a man, you know, no offense to any of the other men on this platform, but
No, you
you
good.
know, the people that have a
Yo.
platform that
Ole,
speak
ole.
out shouldn't be
Hello?
doing it to create negativity and drama.
That's true.
Kick
Sorry,
legal. He's
We
frozen.
got legal alien trying to come in with his broke ass
What's up,
internet
bro?
connection.
I got that poverty connection right now,
He
bro.
got that
The
part.
poverty.
Hey man, at least you got connection, man. You got that.
Yeah.
You got that bomber phone or what? You still using that bomber phone?
Shut up, Bob.
Hell nah, bro. I'm on the BlackBerry still. You know what I'm saying?
Man, these cats are gonna be here for another hour with my food. They crazy. The bomber phone. I'm
Nah,
done.
I just wanted to pop in, man, and just shout out to y'all, man. Much love. You know, I'm hanging out with here with family.
There you go.
But, yeah, I just wanted to pop in and show some love, man.
There you go.
All right, man. Get off that.
Metro
Hey,
PCS.
PCS in the house, bro. Crypto realist coming
Let's
at
go.
you for real. Let go.
Nah, bro. I got that Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
All right, man. Y'all take care, man.
Hey, bro.
All right,
be
you
cool,
too, man.
Catch you tomorrow.
Peace. See y'all in a bit.
All right, man. Yeah, like Blue